Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? I imagine you can. It's me. Hello. Ah, cool. So that was an episode of television, wasn't it? Ah. Oh gosh. It was all right. So, well, never seen a television in your life, Bear Queen. I find that hard to believe, but I I guess I can't say that I think you're a liar. So I don't know. Um, so the vast majority of my thoughts at this point are that my roommate's at home and drunk and mad about the finale, and now his mom just came by to pick up her dog. Um, so yeah, the vast majority of my feelings on the Game of Thrones finale are basically that I should. I was expecting it to be bad. Thank you, Nay, for my. I like this shirt. I like Peridot. Was the ending cute? I'm sorry. There's conversation happening out there, and I keep getting distracted. Oh hey, um, I'm probably not going to be vague, Chubby Chan. I'm probably going to get pretty specific here in a few minutes. Um, once I get my shit together. Oh, want to start with what I did like? Who's on the Iron Throne? Trick question. There isn't an Iron Throne anymore, but it's happening anyway, I guess. Bran is. It sounds like a joke answer, right? That sounds really dumb. No. Oh yeah, the theme song was good. Yeah. Um, it's Please do, Robert. Um, yeah. So this is the thing is that I was expecting the show. I I had no hopes. Like I was expecting it to be kind of bad. Um, my expectations have been falling exponentially since season 5, and I've done several videos about it, and I probably won't do a video following up on the points that I made in my season 7 video, just because at this point I think Lindsay Ellis is gonna do it, um, and people are gonna just watch that anyway. Um, yeah, my the sum total of my thoughts are that I was expecting it to be bad in a notable way. I was expecting like um, Battlestar Galactica finale levels of bad, of just like this is so wacky and weird. Like I was making the joke that Bran is gonna see everybody dead and like go back and do a retcon, and then we're gonna flash forward to today, and it's like it's New York City today, and Bran is like an angel walking around. Hi, Craig. You still haven't changed your you still haven't changed your profile picture. Um, and it's gonna be present day New York, and Bran's gonna be like, and Daenerys was mitochondrial Eve the whole time, and then somebody walks by and is humming the Rains of Castamere, uh, not that exactly, but I was expecting Bran's powers to come into it in some way as opposed to not at all. And instead of being interesting, instead of being bad in a way that was like, oh, this is fun, this is something that I can like rant about, it was just boring. It was predictable. And that's kind of been this entire season, is it's been bad in the least interesting way possible, where it's just as middle of the road as you could get. And it's disappointing. I mean, it's like you would hope that if they're going to rain, if they're going to crash the train, if they're going to do a train wreck, that's what I meant to say. If they were gonna do a train wreck, they would like go for it, right? But there's no authorial message here. Basically, the show ends kind of where it started. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. There's so much symbolism in the last episode. Like watching it with my girlfriend, Arya getting on the white horse is like the obvious thing was, oh, she's a pale rider on a pale horse. I wonder what that means. But like she doesn't do anything in this episode, and like Jon, uh, Jon stabs Daenerys. There you go. I said it. It happened. I was expecting her to die. I was expecting Arya to do it, or literally anybody. Um, I don't know. The way that it played out was so just. When I scheduled this stream, I was expecting that I would be like, oof, that was bad, wasn't it? And like, I am like that. But I don't have much to say because everything that was wrong with it pretty much follows suit with everything that was wrong with this season. Her dragon did survive. Basically, Jon stabbed Daenerys, and then Drogon got mad and melted the Iron Throne because he understood the symbolic importance of the Iron Throne and that the real problem was hereditary monarchy. And then he grabbed Daenerys' body and flew away and left Jon to be the only witness to her death. But then I guess his dumbass told everybody what happened, and so they locked him up and took him prisoner, which honestly, that scans. Yeah, there was a lot of like, they didn't find the One Piece, unfortunately. But maybe next season. Like, it was so weird. There was a lot of like very heavy-handed shit where, okay, there's the Iron Throne and Drogon like burned it, instead of killing Jon, melted it. And that was a pretty cool visual. And then later on, everybody's like gathered around, and it's like instead of selecting our king based on what who is like genetically whatever, Tyrion is like, well, I've had a long sort of think about all of this, and I think that Bran should be the king. And it happens when that was suggested, me and my roommate both just started laughing because it's like, wow, is that really who they're going for? Sansa's right there. And then I don't know, it's weird. Like the best part is when they decide that they have to send Jon to the Night's Watch. Yeah, Sands is in this. They made Sands Undertale is right there. He would make a much better king than Bran. Instead, Sands Undertale is the queen of the North. I really like that they make the North its own nation, and they name it the North. they right. So they've got all of the nobles around Sansa Undertale. Yep. They got all the nobles in this circle, and they're like, "We need to select a new king." And they and then Samuel Tarly stands up, and he's like, "What if, what if everybody, what if, the we all, we represent the people, but we're not the people, and who we select, like, will rule over everybody, not just the lords and ladies. And I think the person who should select the next leader is everyone." So he's basically saying like, "Hey, we should maybe have democracy," and then everybody laughs at him, and he sits down, and it doesn't really come up again, and Tyrion basically says like, "We're gonna make Bran the new king, and since he doesn't have the ability to have children, that's a good thing, which means that instead of having a hereditary monarchy, they're going to select the new kings or queens based on the lords and ladies. So it's slightly better, but not by much." I don't know, the nod towards like the weird nods towards democracy is like, I don't know, all of the weird nods towards democracy felt sort of like ham-fisted and thrown in and not really earned. The thing is, like, basically all of the major things that happened on paper were things that make sense for the show, and like were in character in a general sense, but like they didn't earn any of it. They rushed to the end. You can see the bullet points of what George R. R. Martin gave to them early on. At like, these are the things that are going to happen, and I think that that's what they've been doing since season 5. Is once they ran out of book, they basically just took to the notes that they had from George R. R. Martin, and they're just like finding ways to get from point A to point B until eventually they reach the end. And so there's no like, yeah, I don't know. There's just, it's bad. Oh, it's been filler for a hot minute. Even this season had a surprising amount of filler. Yeah, I see. This is the thing, is that I was making the joke about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and like, I sure wish instead of campaigning for a new end of the season, why not just wait for some years until they inevitably do Game of Thrones Brotherhood after the books are out. But like, again, yeah, I really wish that they had just thrown out the notes and done their own thing, because it's surprisingly, like, again, it's not interesting. It's the least interesting choice they could have made. Everything was so paint by numbers. It's kind of like, it's depressing, because you want to have something like, I don't know, you want to have something fun to play with. But also, like, when it comes to the comparison between Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I actually prefer the original. I don't like Brotherhood. But like, it's frustrating. They basically sidelined, I don't know, all the ugh. Brotherhood is an anime. Full Metal Alchemist is a good show. Oh wow, that was a hot take. That was H Bomber Guy quality hot take there. God, my hair is a mess. I'm just going bananas with it. There we go. Got that mad scientist look going. All I want is hair long enough to cover here so I can have bangs. But it's just not, it is not to happen. Oh well. Oh yeah. Uh, yeah, Craig, I agree with you. The original Full Metal Alchemist version of Shao Tucker and the Nina story is so much better. The emotional investment with Hughes is much better. Oh, thank you for saying my hair is cute. I disagree, but I appreciate it. Oh, thank you for saying so, everybody. Um, oh, a spinoff of Game of Thrones? I honestly, I don't want to see a Game of Thrones spinoff. I I'm kind of sick of merchandising, you know. I agree with you, Shade 101. The politics of the original feels more real to me. Um, Sitcom with the Night King, yeah, yeah. Like there's so many more interesting ways for the. This season was so bad. Like in the least interesting ways. Um, I like the obvious answer to uh, uh, the first big war, like fighting the undead army, is that there has to be diplomacy. Like you can't just kill the Night King and destroy everybody. Like you've got to talk to him and be like, no, this is the deal that we have to make. And nah, they just it's just boring. It's just boring. Oh, buddy cop show with Tormund and Ghost, with John as a disapproving police captain. I dig that. Um, Thank you, Outerlands. I've had a lot of water, and I've got plenty of water here. Um, Spin-off with Yoko to High School. Yeah, let's get a chibi Game of Thrones spin-off where everything is like really cute. It's like the exact same story, but everything is cute and over the top. Um, what plastic thing? What, Alexandria? What are you talking about? Bear Queen, you have a serious thing about killing God. Um, God, there's just like none of the themes set up in the first four seasons like carry through. It's just amazing how hard they dropped the ball in like the least interesting possible way. It's just such a forgettable, ugh, such a forgettable ending. Is Orb gonna be okay? Yeah, Orb is doing fine. Orb is currently taped together. Orb took a fall while I was moving. I'm in a new place, by the way. Um, I have, let's see. I can see I have like new windows with like wooden slatted covering. Ooh. And like sliding doors and another window. Oh, hey, and there's you. Hey, look, it's you, everybody. Look, everybody, it's you. Yeah. Actually, I'll move my wine over here. How did I have you? Is that accurate? That's good enough. Sure. Yeah, Orb took a fall and needed to. It needs to be like hot glued back together a little bit, but it's fine. It just kind of like took a split down the half, but it still held it together just fine. It was just like a little bit flimsy, so it's not that bad. Yeah, everybody switched to live chat. Why did it? It just decides. What was I opening and closing? Was it this? Sorry, Alexandria. Is this what I was? Is this the thing you're talking about? Just a water bottle. Yeah. Again, I don't have much like... Ooh, The Expanse is good. That's a good television show. I still haven't seen season 3. I need to. Oh, good Gramps. You absolutely should have your subtitles done before you premiere your video. So I'm glad that you did that. How's the weather? Right now it's fine. It's supposed to get really bad tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. The finale was the Game of Thrones finale, but I don't have much more to say about it unless people ask me questions. If you have questions or thoughts about the finale of Game of Thrones, I'll field them. Otherwise, I don't know. What would have been my ideal ending? I don't know. My ideal ending would have been either that it got canceled after the end of season 4, or it... The thing is that my this isn't that far off from what my ideal ending would have been. On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay was the show in the end? Like 2 at best, and only because Yara is so strong, even though she got oh, the Song of Ice and Fire. I forgot about that. Yeah, Samuel Tarly shows up at the small council meeting at the very end and drops a book in front of Tyrion and is like, hey, Maester Aemon or whomsoever wrote the book of all of the things that happened, and it's called A Song of Ice and Fire. And Tyrion flips through it, and it's like, where's me? Like, nope, it doesn't mention you. Sorry, Tyrion. And that's it. Why? Yikes. It was... There were a lot of really dumb nods. There have been a number of dumb nods this season to the books. Like, when right before Jon kills her, Dany is like in the throne room looking at the Iron Throne, and she's like, when I was a child and my brother was describing it, I thought that it would be the size of an entire room, floor to ceiling, and that's how it's described in the books. But instead, it's the smaller one because they went with something smaller and more practical for the show. So it was a weird sort of nod to the books again, which they did with the elephants as well. Craig, that's exactly the joke that me and my roommate made, like several times before that even happened. Was like, oh yeah, it's there and back again, Tyrion's tale, and then it was Song of Ice and Fire that just showed up. Um, yeah, this was a lazy season of television. Yeah, sorry, no, I was expecting that that Sam was going to write Song of Ice and Fire if it was going to show up. So the fact that it was written by somebody else, like, oof. Hey, Evan Ninja Fork, welcome. We're rapping. um, did they pocket the budget? I don't know. I mean, it looks like it cost them a lot of money. I doubt they pocketed it. Do a Dave Strider rep. I'm nowhere near as cool as Dave Strider. I can't do it. Am I glad that I watched it? I I don't know how to answer that question actually. What do I think of Arya going to become a colonizer? I hate it. Um, I hate. I mean, I don't want to say I hate. I just like it's all just boring. It's all just a boring ending. Um, it's hard to hate that because it doesn't. They went with the least offensive. What does she do with the bro horse? Absolutely nothing. Um, she rides off on a pale horse at the end of episode 5, and it's like, what does this mean? And then the next we see her, she's without the horse, and they just don't. There's no ending. It doesn't. Yeah. Um, oh, I don't like anything. I don't like anything that happened this episode. There was one bit. What was it? There's one bit that I laughed at that I thought was good, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of people now. There was a tweet that I retweeted. Yeah, Grey Worm should have killed John. Um, uh, I actually haven't read the books. I've just read a lot of the wiki. I'm not. I don't tend to be a fan of long form grandiloquent fantasy fiction. um, oh, what kind of wine? It's Cabernet Sauvignon. That's just what I. Yeah. I really like my new place. Um, it's nice. I have um, I don't know. I did, and I also so yeah, Bear Queen. Yeah, I bought book 1 the same time I bought Anya's Ghost, as I recounted in that video, and I never finished it, and I sold it. Um, yeah, and that's as far as I ever got in the books. Um, I don't know. I tend to like books that are written to be read by human people, so I guess I'm biased in that regard. What's a good book? I don't know Daniel Pinkwater. I don't know Bejeweled. Well, you should probably write that book, shouldn't you, Bear Queen? um, don't know. I don't know who my favorite character is anymore. Like, I don't know. My feelings on the show have just become so muted that like all I want to do now is rewatch Lost. There was a good tweet that I saw that was like, get ready for everybody to start hitting the prequels are good levels of the Lost finale was good actually after the Game of Thrones finale. And like I've said since it aired that the ending of Lost as the best is excellent and very good. But it's I've been waiting for it to be to return to the cultural zeitgeist. But Lost. I love this box set. Let's see if I can scoot back and touch here and then aim you down a touch. Yeah. This is what I'm going to do instead. I love this box set. So this is the complete collection of Lost. So in here, let's see, you've got a booklet that has each episode listed on which disc it is, plus descriptions of each, which if I remember correctly, some of these pictures are really fucking spoilery, which I guess is fine since, you know, chances are anybody who buys the set is probably has probably already seen the show, but like, you know, that's weird. And then there's a board game that shows up in season 6. That's oh shit. This is the actual like collection. But here we've got a handwritten letter from Alvar Hanzo, or is it? Which Hanzo was it? Oh no. I can't remember. It's been so long since I was so into it. There's so many cool little things. This is a little portable blacklight, and there are hidden images all throughout this set that you can only reveal with a blacklight. And then there are the pieces to this little board game, and there's an Ankh. It has a secret letter on it, in it. So I will return to this momentarily. This is just what I'm doing. This is how I this is my like palate cleanser. I think I've decided that I'm just gonna start rewatching Lost. Although my dream is to do a my dream is to do a podcast or a video series or something with Cody Johnston, rewatching Lost, because Cody Johnston is maybe the most knowledgeable Lost scholar of any. And yes, he is the news person. He's the news dude. Luis Gonzalez, my Twitter is at HMSNoFun, as Alexandria Jarvis puts it. But yeah, so you've got each of these here. You're right, Tony. I was on the same Mermaids live stream as Cody Johnston. In fact, I'm the one who got him to go on there, sort of, kind of. He was in the chat for a long time, and I said, hey, if you go on live, I will come with you, and then I will yell at you about Lost for a minute. So we did actually talk to each other about Lost for a few minutes, but we were both very tired, and it was kind of, it was weird. But, yeah, so each season on Blu-ray, obviously. So like in here, let's see. You can also, I mean, you can see these like hidden images. There's one. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not. But let's see. Nah. It's really hard to see. But there's an airplane here. It's in I don't know. But yeah, so all 6 seasons on Blu-ray with lots and lots and lots of special features. But what I love about this set, get out of here, is that it, you know, on the box it says like there's so many there's hours of exclusive special features on this set, and oh whoops, there's actually like a special thing. My bad. There's hours of special features just on this set, and get in there, little shit. You look for them, and so there's the Ankh that comes with it, has a secret letter on it, and so there's a bunch of special features on this set that aren't on any of the original things, but everything that I just showed you was only in like was the same thing as what you got on the normal like Blu-ray releases. So you break open this Ankh and you unroll this little piece of paper, and you've got 2 separate things. So up top you have this line of symbols, and then here you have these arrows. So it's like, what does that mean? Well, so here's the lid, right? And on the back there's a map of the island, and so in each corner there's these symbols, and then they're also here. So you realize if you look at this, like, oh wait, it says twist them. So you twist the map, and then it pops off, and there's your secret disc of special features. And the only way, once you pop that disc in, it's locked. And the code to get to the actual features are those arrows. It's so good. I love this box set. I found it, like, it's way out of print, and I was on the lookout for it for years, and I found it at a used video store like 5 years ago, I think. And I think it was like $150. And it was basically unused. And I didn't have the money for it at the time, but my friend, I was just like, please buy this for me, and I promise I will pay you back. And like I talked at him about it for ages and ages, and finally it's like, okay, fine, just shut up about it. So he got it for me, and I did eventually pay him back. And like, this has been the is that right? No. This has been the pride of my collection for a while now. Oh yeah, ARG to get the special features. Basically, I mean, Lost more or less set the standard for what ARGs are in our popular conception of them. This set is so good. I actually dropped it. Well, that's not quite true. This shelf collapsed a while back. I don't know. Yeah, so you'll see this like sort of orange line there. This bottom shelf was actually not designed to hold all of that, so the whole thing like tumbled and fell a long time ago. This was before I had Orb in my possession, and so a number of my books actually fell and got kind of dented and stuff. But I I basically repaired this shelf, and I had to repair it again when I moved. And I put a much stronger piece of wood over top. But this was on top of that shelf whenever it collapsed. And it was the only thing that took significant damage, and the significant damage was that this corner kind of split. And that legitimately made me so mad and sad that it's like, of course, this is the one thing that took damage. So yeah, this is legitimately my favorite show, and someday I am going to do something about it. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the important stuff is safe. Like, I'm not that worried about it. The thing is, I don't really care about, like, I'm a collector, but I don't really care about pristine aspects of collecting. What I care about is the fact that the thing that I have is important to me because I enjoy what it is, I guess. So, like, Lost is my favorite show. It was a huge, huge, huge part of my growing up, and I having it was like it was really important to me. I don't know, like the fact that the box is like fucked up a little bit is totally fine because I still have I still have the show, and like I can watch that anytime. Like it didn't, if it fucked up the discs, I would be sad because Lost is kind of, I can't remember what streaming service it's on now, and I don't know. There's a lot of really good features on there, but oh, Jennifer, I think that Lost answers all of its own questions, and I understand everything that was going on. But you have to understand that I've watched the entire show through, from beginning to end, at least 3 times, and I've watched most seasons upwards of 10 times. I even like, I have the Lost Encyclopedia. So yeah, I am, the show makes sense to me. And I think part of the reason why Game of Thrones was disappointing to me. Oh yeah, I did my homework as it was going on. I took part in every single ARG and like read. I mean, I listened to the official podcast. I was on the forums. They had ARGs between each season. There is a lost version of VaatiVidya. It's Cody Johnston's old Tumblr blog. That I thought was just called The Lost Doctor, but apparently it's called something else. He also has a couple of cracked articles. Yeah. Problems with Game of Thrones. No airplane, no island, no bears. There were bears in Game of Thrones. There's a whole song about it. The bear, the maiden fair. And there were also capes. There were a number of capes, actually. And there was Starbucks. And they spent some time in the desert. There was plenty of sand. Maybe not enough sand. I guess, yeah. Game of Thrones definitely needed more gay. Yeah, inadequate bears is true. But also, like, Lost could use more gay as well. But I am more inclined to give it a pass on the gay aspect of things because it was actually like there's an offhand reference to the fact that the character Tom, who is like a background antagonist, is gay, and that was like a big reveal. And this happens, I believe, right before he's killed. Oh no, he'd already died at that point. That was during a flashback. If you watch the show, you won't know who Tom is, even after you've met him. So it's okay. But yeah, I think that's the only like explicitly gay shit in Lost. And like, the thing is, Lost was made in an awkward time in American television where it was still like it was a pretty progressive show at a time that television was very conservative. So like the main characters, there's Saeed, Michael is a black man, Sun and Jin, who are Korean people. Is everybody else just fucking white? I think everybody else is just fucking white. Oh, Hugo is Hispanic American. I'm running through. Yeah, basically everybody's just white. But like, Serena, it was definitely the Sense8 of its time, and there are a lot of similarities. I'm very excited to rewatch Sense8 once I get through the rest of my Wachowski series. Epic Ninja Fork, I am talking about Lost now. But yeah, Lost as a show, like, if I had to say what its biggest flaw is, it would be that it's stuck. It was a show that aired in between two eras of television. It was at the very end of an old era and the very beginning of a new era. Yeah, we're gonna get more Wachowski videos. That's like I said, that was the whole thing. What's on Orb? Tape, because it fell and kind of split. Bernard and Rose were big. I do need more wine. I'm about to go get some. Yeah, Bernard and Rose were fucking great. No, yeah, Lost is really progressive for its time, and from the perspective of the medium itself, Lost did a shit ton of stuff that is now standard for television. I firmly believe that Lost was the progenitor of everything that we regard as the golden age of television now. More Twin Peaks stuff is coming. It's slowly on its way. Here's sort of the tea about that is that starting this month, or maybe no, it'll be starting next month. What's going to happen is that so if you know the YouTube channels Moth Cub and Curio Rambles, Lily, who is Moth Cub, Eric of Curio, and then me are going to start a Twin Peaks rewatch podcast. We're going to be recording that throughout the next month to premiere, I believe, either at the end of next month or the beginning of July. And that's the point at which that's the point at which I am going to be doing more Twin Peaks videos, because that's basically what I'm waiting for, is a rewatch of I've been waiting to do a rewatch of a lot of this stuff, even though I have my notes and things, and a lot of the video series has to be kind of reconceived from what it was at the time. So I promise you that like Twin Peaks stuff is not like off the table. It's just there have been developments. When am I analyzing Gears of War? I would have to play it first, and I'm probably not going to do that anytime soon. Oh, how do you get moderator? I don't know. How do you get moderator? I'll be right back. I'm gonna get more wine. Let's see. Well, hello again, everybody. I'm back. I'm here. Ah, goodness. So, I'm gonna make some guacamole. How we doing, everybody? Oh, Homestuck video is coming either. It'll be either. I think it's going to be the next video after whatever the video that I'm about to do is. I did not like the series finale of Game of Thrones. No, I did not. Um, Bear Queen, you don't have to give me money to ascertain my opinion about your poem. I told you that it was lovely. I'm not much of like a critic of poetry, so I can't say like much more beyond that, unfortunately. I don't really have a guac recipe. I'm going based on what my girlfriend told me, and I don't have any jalapenos. So I'm just going to put in some ground chili powder, which is not going to be super great. But I'm drunk and hungry. And now I'm crying because I'm cutting onions and not because I miss my girlfriend. These are actually pretty okay. Crying wise. Oh, thank you for the money, Artemis. It was truly a lovely poem. Oh, there it is. Whee! Woo! There it is. Also, y'all were asking if I took a bite out of a tomato. I did. Ah, delicious. The poem is in a Curious Cat that I just did, it's a recent Curious Cat. So if you go to my Twitter at HMSNoFun, you can find my Curious Cat, which I think my Curious Cat is just curiouscat.me/HMSNoFun. Either that or it's curiouscat.me/Sarahzettig. Otherwise, yeah, just go to my Twitter and you can find it there. I'm not used to dicing shit. This is a lot of onion. Maybe overdid it on the onion front. I love tomatoes. I will return to you. I still should see how much avocado this avocado is. I should have checked if this feels ripe. should have gotten a napkin of some kind. What can I use? It was my shirt. Because I'm a monster. Okay. Oh. That's good. Good night, Mego. Oh, this avo. This Kato is in perfect condition. Ugh. No, I like these pants. What's the least monstrous thing that I've done? Compliment an avocado? Oh, or yeah. Thank you. I love these. I love these leggings. These are exceedingly good leggings. Oh, this is in such good shape. So I've never actually made guacamole before. So we shall see. Spray some lemon. I know it's supposed to be lime, but I don't got any. So, and I don't have any cilantro either. Oh fuck! Like, if that's what that is, I don't know. I know there's a garden herb that one is supposed to cut up fresh, but I didn't buy because I am a fool and a charlatan. Selena, how can you tell an avocado is good? Partially it's by the color of the skin, and partially it's by how it feels. So you want when an avocado is too fresh, it is really, really hard. So there's like a very good level of like softness. When I was at the store shopping for avocados, a lot of the ones that I found were like way too soft. So like, you would have to eat them that moment, or they would just be in bad shape. Like a good avocado, you can just kind of like feel that it's ever so slightly, soft, and then you cut it open, and I don't know. You can just sort of tell. I can just sort of tell. I don't know what to tell you. If you know how to tell when an avocado is in good shape, that's how you know that an avocado is in good shape. So I don't have anything to dip the guacamole in. Like I don't have any chips or anything, and I'm trying to do keto, which I had a fucking blueberry muffin earlier. During the Game of Thrones finale because I was weakened. Another thing that fucking Benioff and Weiss ruined. Am I right, folks? Thank you for the hair compliments. So how's everybody doing? I need some white light. There we go. Much better. Just need to be able to actually see my fucking guacamole. Okay. Looks like a good amount of onion. Okay. I can hear my roommate complaining to his not girlfriend about Game of Thrones. God, I hope they're not watching this. That would be awkward. So y'all got any questions? Any thoughts? Feelings? Oh, I've got an episode of the podcast that I need to edit to go up tomorrow. Oops. I'll do that here in a bit. I'm liking my new place quite a lot. What do you want, Burb? Yep. This is ASMR. You nailed it. Let's see. Do you want more tomato? Or is just the one good enough? I think. Make it more ASMR? Is that the new Katamari Damacy game? Oh god, I got avocado slime all over my fucking chair. What's up, Icon? How's life? We're just in here making guacamole. Because ain't nobody going to do it for us. Why don't I carry in Fortnite? I don't understand that question. Although I get the joke. Those are probably slightly too big, but that's fine. Who here watches Brian David Gilbert? Probably everybody. I certainly do. Well, it certainly smells like guacamole. Not sure what that taste is. See you later, Icon. Thanks for stopping by. That's probably too much. That's fine. All right. Let's see. Mmm. That makes sense about carrying. There's a lot more spice and a little bit more salt. This has become a very strange live stream. Oh no, Serena should have food. Alright, let's taste this motherfucker. No, you can definitely taste the spice. No, I am not I'm not counting calories. I don't bother with that. I think it's kind of a silly thing to do. I just try to keep my carbs low. Do I have a favorite anime? I mean, my favorite anime is definitely going to be Fullmetal Alchemist. But beyond that... Hold on. I'm going to take this to the kitchen. I'll be right back. I also really like Evangelion. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Um, I don't really have like a specific favorite anime. Like, I don't know. I always want to watch more. I really like Kill la Kill. I really dig the one with the deer skull husband that is really problematic. I need to watch Lane. There's a lot of other ones I need to watch, honestly. Ancient Magus Bride, thank you. I really like that one, even though I admit that it is problematic, but whatever. Oh, goodness me. Thank you, Jacob Nelson. Yeah, food being prepared instead of talking about Game of Thrones. I talked about Game of Thrones a bit earlier, but I kind of ran out of takes. I definitely chopped the onions too fine. They need to be thicker, weirdly enough. Well, salt isn't bad for you, and milk isn't bad for you. Um, things, it's like it's the quantity more than anything. I'm glad that making guacamole to completion was really satisfying for you. I'm gonna move this camera back up a little bit. No, I don't want that vision. Where are you? There you are. Ugh. Nice and close. There we go. Nah. Good enough. Sure, why not? I like spicy stuff. Guess my body wasn't ready for it. I've already forgotten most of what was in the Game of Thrones finale because it wasn't that good. Epic Ninja Fork, I don't do shots. I do not like shots. Yeah, I would die from that drinking game. Sure. Ah. Oh, hit the back of the throat. Oh, good luck with your finals tomorrow, Burb. Good luck. And thank you for stopping by. I'm going to eat the rest of this tomato. What are my thoughts on thorium reactors? I don't got any. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm a polydemisexual. Yeah. Polyamory is the future. Literally the future that the liberals want. Ah, goodness me. Let's see. Oh, my keyboard's all the way over there. Don't knock anything over, especially not the wine. Why do you keep getting caught on shit? God, I'm coming off as such a white person right now. I had like a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in that guacamole, and I'm all like, oof, oof, so spicy. Okay. Go away, open, click, open. Okay. Oh yeah. Gay keyboard. Right. I can. Are you. Get to some deeper colors. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, my I guess my sexuality is gray and gray ace. I don't really. Things are kind of up in the air in that department right now. I'm in an interesting situation with my girlfriend, and in the process of hopefully searching out people to maybe start dating simultaneously. Totally possible to be poly and upset at hearing a partner want to date another, jealousy and fear for the current relationship changing and be lost legit. Give yourself time to ponder yourself. Well, the thing is, like, I'm the new person in my current poly relationship. Like, my girlfriend had a boyfriend before me, and then I showed up. And I'm friends with her boyfriend, and I've been friends with him since before we officially started dating. I'm more just like, things with us have worked out so well that a lot of my assumptions about myself are in deep question at the moment. So I don't know. Oh, sorry, Bear Queen. I haven't kept up with the whole chat. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. That makes sense. Whoops. Yeah. What's the... Well, pansexual is, you're cool with having sex with basically anybody, hypothetically. Polyamory is willing to date multiple people at the same time. God, my hair is a nightmare. There's also polysexual, which means attraction to multiple genders, basically, but not necessarily all genders. Yeah, that makes sense. I think... I don't know. I think a lot of those distinctions are things that aren't... if it helps a person feel better about themselves, that's all that really matters. I don't find a lot of those distinctions particularly, like, linguistically useful, but that's me. I don't know. I pass no judgment. I'm trying to think of what else I have to eat, because I'm still hungry and this is a bad time. Well, the thing is, poly is not, like, polysexual as far as I know isn't, well, okay. I guess I've never heard of polysexual as a thing. For me, it's like polyamory is like a specific thing of like being willing to date more. I don't know. Again, like, all of these distinctions are kind of needlessly complicated to me. For me, it's just like, I'm hypothetically attracted to more or less any gender, as far as I know, and like, I'm still preferential to women, but I don't know. nothing's really off the table for me, and otherwise I'm more demisexual than anything. I like people who are intelligent and who like we understand each other. I don't know. People to whom I have a connection. I don't know. It's all very complicated. Hmm. Hmm? Okay. No one's actually up. All right. Um, I'm probably going to call it a night because I'm tired. I want to be in a Sensei cluster too. That would be really nice. Does anybody have any closing questions or thoughts? Yeah, I think those telepathic orgies would be real nice. That's my feelings on it. Bye, Sarah. Yeah, Selena, that makes sense. Being attracted, um, being attracted to basically like figuring it out on a person by person basis is ultimately, I think, what everybody has to do. And these terms are only as like the thing is that the terms are not like facts about yourself. They're like a convenient shorthand that helps you communicate to others and maybe to yourself. But ultimately, they're like I said, they're not facts. And you can meet people who make you change your opinion. Thank you, Red Files. I wish that this part of my hair was thicker. I'm very self-conscious about how thin my hair is, but I'm glad that y'all seem to like it. I'm frustrated by like how thick the sides are and how thin the top is, but I don't know. Well, I'm glad you like it. Thank you, everybody. That actually means a lot to me that y'all like my hair. It's one of like the hair on my head and then the hair on my face are the two things that that I am the most like dysphoric and frustrated by. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful stream. We made guacamole. We talked a little bit about Game of Thrones, a lot more about Fullmetal Alchemist than I was expecting, a lot more about Lost than I was expecting. Let me know on Twitter at HMSNoFun what I should do in future streams. I'm glad that you all had a good time tonight, and yeah, there's links in the description if you want to support my shit. I am financially in a position right now, working it out. But yeah, I'm glad that y'all like the stream, and I will see y'all another time. And I hope y'all have a good night, a good rest of your week, which is not much for most people. I hope you all have a good next week, and wish me the best of luck in this this hellscape. This present tomorrow is like supposed to be a big storm day for Oklahoma, so let's hope that. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna post a link to the Discord. there's a link to the Discord. Yeah, I've got a Discord server that is pretty chill, pretty good place to go. When will I be streaming again? I've been aiming at Sundays, but I might do different days as well. It just sort of depends. Hopefully this week, I'm only literally today finally starting to get all of my shit sorted out here. So I am hopeful that this week I will actually be able to record a video, which I don't have anything scripted yet, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a video out before the end of the month. I haven't recorded anything yet. Oh God, I need to finish editing that podcast. Whoops. Okay. Thank you all so much once again. Yeah, I will see y'all another time.